Good evening, everyone, and happy Labor Day. I'm Sophie Erber. Tim has the night off. It's a pastime she never wants to end. She's 83 years old and spends her summers at Lake Okoboji riding the Legend roller coaster since she was 10. KCAU 9 News reporter Lydia Vasquez takes us inside Arnold's Park for our top story now at 6.
Hi there. Hi. How you doing? I've been here every summer of my life. When it all started would have been in about 1947.
Mary Jo McNamara has been riding the Legend roller coaster at Arnold's Park every summer for the past 73 years.
Our home was not too far from here on a place called Sunset Beach, and I was 10. And of course, I'd always been coming, to the park and rode the little cars and the carousel and so on. But I'd always wanted to ride the roller coaster.
She was promised that when she turned 10, she'd finally be able to ride the coaster.
That's what I wanted most of all as a little girl, was to ride that coaster. And once I did, I was hooked, and I wanted to ride it, all the time. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm always excited. If there's never a time I'm getting ready to ride this coaster that I don't feel yes.
It's fast.
It is fast. That's the only thing. It's too fast. The ride's over too quickly.
Mary Jo says the coaster is now a family tradition. Each grandchild fights about who will ride the coaster with Grandma.
From the time they're old enough until they can reach that line and they're tall enough to go on there, they go on. And their first ride's with their grandma.
And when they can't, her husband, Jack McNamara, is right by her side.
If there's nobody else to ride with me, he'll always step up and do it.
Yeah, I'm a stand-up guy and a sit-down guy.
Mary Jo has 2 more years until she reaches her goal of riding the coaster for 75 years in a row.
Now that I'm getting so close, I'm thinking 90. As long as I'm okay, as long as I can walk up there and don't have to be wheeled up or something, I think I could get on that roller coaster ride. I just have a passion for roller coasters.
Can't see you doing this at 90.
Well, it's 7 more years.
She says it's not a summer without riding the Legend.
Obviously had a very long and interesting life, but this is just, it's just special. Life without riding the roller coaster every summer is going to be a very sad life for me indeed, really. I hope it never happens. I hope I can just keep going and keep going.
In Okoboji, Lydia Vasquez, KCAU 9 News.
What an awesome story there. Well, with an extended weekend, many Siouxlanders taking a road trip to Ponca State Park today. Some campers saying they had never seen the park so full of people, even on a holiday weekend. It's an ongoing trend seen all over the United States now, with many people taking to the outdoors during the pandemic for a good time. Shannon Grotrain spent the weekend in Ponca and says it's always a great time for her.
When we go camping, we get a little bit of normalcy from how crazy the world is right now, but we love just to get away and to get into the outdoors, relax, spend time as a family.
Ponca State Park employees tell me that Labor Day weekend really is the conclusion of this year's camping season. And it's time now for our first check on the weather. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley joining us once again. And Marcus, that might be an accurate prediction considering what's moving in. We're headed for a major cool down.
We are, Sophie. Today is just kind of starting, or at least the cooler temperatures are just starting today. That's what I'm trying to say. It does look like cooler temperatures are around the corner, even colder than today. It was a very hot weekend here throughout Siouxland on Saturday and Sunday. Today, a good bit cooler. Tomorrow is going to be even cooler than what we've seen today. Our high temperatures today in the 60s and 70s throughout much of Siouxland. 73 in Sioux City for your high today, getting up to 72 in Wayne. 67 for your high in Yankton today, recorded 64 in Orange City, 70 in Cherokee, a high of 68 in Storm Lake. So most of us only reaching up into the upper 60s and lower 70s. Overnight tonight, temperatures will drop off into the lower 40s. It's going to be breezy tonight, and we're going to have a chance of rain. Our wind chill values tonight, they could drop down into the upper 30s. So it is going to be a very chilly night. It looks like tomorrow is going to be on the cool side as well. Details on all of that in the 9 on 9. Sophie?
Get those jackets out. Thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, students in Des Moines tonight protesting their school district's decision to cancel school activities and sports. This morning, students gathering at their high school and marching to the governor's mansion. Early last week, the school district started the academic year with 100% virtual learning. Then late last week, Des Moines Public Schools announced a suspension of all sports and activities. The students say they're following CDC guidelines and they want to play.
I don't think it's fair that with everything going on, all these kids are working hard to play their sports, and a lot of people are trying to get scholarships, and it's not fair to the kids that work really hard for these seasons and they're getting taken away even though they're doing everything we possibly can to play. We're taking all the precautions. We're all being safe.
This march comes as families await a ruling on a lawsuit the Des Moines Public Schools filed against the state of Iowa. The district filing suit after the Iowa Department of Education denied its waiver to begin the year with virtual learning. The lawsuit argues that school districts should have had the power to make decisions for their own schools. Now a quick check on the latest COVID-19 numbers across Siouxland. Woodbury County health officials reporting the county's 57th virus-related death, as well as 31 new cases confirmed today. Iowa has surpassed the 70,000 total COVID-19 case mark. In Nebraska, Dakota County reports 94 cases over the past 2 weeks and more than 2,000 total cases statewide. Nebraska has recorded nearly 36,000 cases. And in South Dakota, Union County recorded a total of 290 cases and 5 deaths. Clay County recording 462 with 3 deaths. South Dakota reports more than 15,000 total confirmed cases. The National Mall sees hundreds of thousands of visitors every year. So a pair of artists hoping to encourage conversation about racism with an unusual piece of art.
And it's looking like the rain's going to move in tonight. Steady rain showers throughout the day tomorrow, and the cooler temperatures, it looks like they'll continue most of the week. Those details after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson, and Sports Director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
Thanks for sticking with us on this Labor Day. I hope you got outside at least for a little while because change is coming, and it begins with some wind and then also some rain.
That's right. Tonight we are going to see things really change. We're going to see some really cool temperatures for this time of year and a chance of rain moving in tonight. And it looks like tomorrow we'll see a continuation of that chance of rain. The view outside from the Ho-Chunk Center in downtown Sioux City showing those gray skies out there. We're seeing mostly cloudy skies throughout much of Siouxland. It's still dry out there, so if you do plan on getting outside this evening before the sun goes down here in the next few hours, you're going to have some pretty nice weather. It looks like we'll remain dry here throughout the rest of the daylight hours, but once the sun goes down, we'll see a chance of rain beginning to sneak into the forecast, and it does look like we are going to have those showers overnight tonight and especially into tomorrow morning. Temperatures outside right now in the upper 50s and lower 60s, so we're seeing that fall time air filter in from the north. As you head further north, we're seeing 55 in Orange City, 54 there in Sheldon. Sioux Falls in the lower 50s at 51, 55 in Yankton, 63 in Wayne. Here in Sioux City, 62 degrees. We're seeing 59 in Storm Lake and still upper 60s in both Denison and Carroll. Now this time compared to yesterday, there's a big difference there. We're seeing temperatures running around 25 to 30 degrees colder right now compared to this time yesterday. It's actually 28 degrees colder here in Sioux City, 31 degrees colder in Lamar's once again, so some more rain in the forecast, and we really need it. By this weekend, we'll see the sun come out with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s and lower 80s by next week with sunshine, so we are at least going to see some more warmer temperatures here before we really get into the fall months here in the coming weeks.
We could really use that rain, and I will say how spoiled we've been because good indicator for me. I moved here in July, have not once had to use my shiny new KCAU 9 raincoat, so I think this is going to be that time I get it out.
I think you're going to get a lot of use out of that tomorrow.
All right, we need it. Thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, crews spending this holiday weekend unfortunately battling dozens of wildfires in several states across the West Coast. California been hit especially hard with those blazes, and hazardous weather conditions could lead to more fires. John LaRink reports.
A pyrocumulus cloud hovering over California caused by major wildfires this Labor Day weekend. According to CAL FIRE, more than 2 million acres in the state have been scorched thus far this year a record, and things aren't likely to ease anytime soon.
3 of the 4 largest fires in California history are burning right now. And the heat in triple digits off the charts for even September, and we're not even close to the peak of the wildfire season.
The El Dorado fire in the San Bernardino area and the fast-moving Valley fire in Hapatul has some residents getting ready to evacuate.
It just exploded and came up to almost where it's at now. And the intensity of the heat is just crazy.
Down over there, there's a lot of houses. It's been sitting there for a while, and now it's starting to move.
The Creek Fire is spreading rapidly through the Sierra National Forest, where the California National Guard rescued more than 220 people who were trapped in the Mammoth Pool Reservoir Recreation Area.
To see all of the interagency partners come together with the amount of resources, with the uncertainty of what was actually going to come off the helicopter, there were plenty of resources to ensure that all were provided the care that they needed.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, racism has, of course, become a national hot topic, but many people still trying to figure out different ways to address the uncomfortable situation. How a pair of artists now sparking conversation with a striking structure in the nation's capital.
She's an accomplished journalist, and she is a people person. She's able to talk to folks, getting out there, meeting face-to-face, learning their stories, and then bringing them back and sharing them with the community, I know is something that's important to her.
I find myself in another place where the people really care about what's going on, which makes our jobs that much more meaningful. And, you know, by that same token, we need to do a great job every day, and that's motivating to come to work and know people expect a certain product, and we're there to deliver.
This is KCAU 9 News.
Washington, D.C. is, of course, a city filled with many monuments. This weekend, in their shadows, a contemporary art exhibition. Society's Cage is art, architecture, and a statement on the forces of systemic racism in America, and now it's provoking some contemplation and conversation.
This is America's front yard. We're right on axis with the Washington Monument. To my left is the Trump Hotel. In front of me is the Capitol building. It's the perfect site because it's the site of symbols.
We're representing this notion of injustice.
On the exterior edifice of the pavilion is data about state violence.
Mass incarceration, capital punishment, lynchings, and civilian killings by police.
When you enter the pavilion, you are literally standing underneath the shape of racism. We took something very ugly and tried to make it beautiful so that we could sort of draw people in to begin to have these uncomfortable conversations.
The clanking of the bars, in my mind, it goes to the sounds of slavery.
When it's a structure like this, it's kind of hard to ignore.
It makes me sad to think that when I read these inscriptions that these just horrible things have happened.
Terrible disregard for life.
There's always an oppressive force weighing down on you as a member of the black community. I think racial relations, the current sort of environment, makes me a little bit uneasy.
Well, I'm feeling pretty weary, but I'm also feeling fortified by what young people are doing.
What is the value of black life?
I want to be as aware of what's happening. Everything's coming to a head and things can't go back to the way they were before.
This is a time that we all take notice to what is going on, and I think everybody needs to be empowered to do something.
I'm encouraged to see people come to the pavilion and embrace the truth and sort of reckon with this history. There's a lot of work to be done.
And here in Siouxland, the Briarcliff Chargers will not be opening their season this Saturday as planned. We'll tell you why their game was postponed coming up in sports with Jacob Russo.
Sports Zone on Friday after the KCAU 9 News at 10. Welcome back. We had a great week of football last week. Our top plays yesterday were a ton of fun, and now we get to see how those games impacted the rankings as the AP released the top 10 in each class in Iowa. No teams in the top 10 in 4A, so let's jump down to 3A. The SBL Warriors dropped from 3rd all the way down to 8th place after getting beat out by Lewis Central on Friday. They're the only team in those rankings, but in 2A, holy moly, folks, we've got a lot of teams on the board. At number 3, we got West Lyon. Number 4 is Central Lyon GLR. Number 7 is Unity Christian. And rounding out the top 10 is Sioux Center at number 10. But Estherville, Lincoln Central, and Spirit Lake, they're also receiving votes in the poll. That class is stacked, and I cannot wait to see how it plays out. On to 1A, OAB CIG still reigns supreme, but right behind them is South Central Calhoun at the 2 spot. Emmitsburg, they join the rankings for the first time at number 7, while West Sioux, Sioux Central, Sibley Cheatham, and Pocahontas area all received votes in this poll. Finally, an 8-man Remsen St. Mary's stays put at number 4. Newell Fonda's in the same boat. They stay in the same place they were last week. They're ranked 6th. Well, we thought we were going to have 2 fun college football games this weekend, but we're going to have to reduce that number to 1 as the Briarcliff Chargers have postponed their first game of the season. They were supposed to be taking on Jamestown on Saturday, kicking off at 1 o'clock, but now the Jimmies have decided to postpone their game with the Chargers. The North Dakota College said they would be postponing the game over, quote, an abundance of caution. There is no word yet as to what specifically caused the school to decide to postpone the game, and there are no plans to remake the game later on in the season at this point in time. So the Chargers aren't going to open up their season this Saturday. Instead, they'll have their first game of the year on the road in Nebraska. They'll be taking on the Doane University Tigers. Yesterday, Major League Baseball lost a legend. Lou Brock, a longtime MLB player, primarily with the Cardinals, and a Hall of Famer best known for his incredible speed, passed away yesterday at the age of 81. The name Lou Brock is synonymous with base stealing. Aside from Ricky Henderson, he's one of the best base stealers of all time. He had over 900 bases stolen over his career, and in 1974, he stole 118 in a single season. The man nicknamed the Base Burglar was loved by fans and brought 2 World Series championships home for the St. Louis Cardinals in the 60s. Brock struggled with diabetes later on in his life, lost a leg to the disease a few years ago. Cardinals chairman Bill DeWitt Jr. said he will be deeply missed and forever remembered. There was still baseball to be played today, though. The Minnesota Twins have been playing a very long series with the Tigers over the weekend. They had a doubleheader at the start of Friday, and they finally finished the series today. The Tigers got a win yesterday, so no sweep for the Twins, but they could still bring home another W today. A beautiful day for baseball out there in Minneapolis. The Twins are one of the best home run hitting teams in baseball, and there's another one. Gone as soon as it left Ryan Jeffers' bat. The Twins, they go up 1-0. Same inning, bases loaded. Eddie Rosario, he's going to send one down the first base side. Josh Donaldson, he scores. Then Brett Rooker, he's going to score. Lamont Wade scores 2. Clear those bases. It's 4-0. Tigers get one back, but Jeffers singles through the infield. The runner, Jack Cave, scores from second. And the Twins get some insurance. Y'all like homers, right? Byron Buxton at the plate. That's all I got to say. Twins roll over Detroit in this one, 6-2. The Twins are one of the top 10 teams when it comes to hitting home runs in baseball, and obviously you saw they love to hit those bombas.
It's funny that you mentioned that, Jacob. A year ago yesterday, I was at the Twin Stadium for the first time, Target Field, and that day they broke a regular season home run record. I want to say they hit their 253rd and 254th regular season home run. So exciting game against the Dodgers.
They're not going to quite make it this year because of coronavirus,
right,
but they're still hitting a bunch this year.
Exciting highlights. Thanks for that, Jacob. And we'll check in for a final look at the forecast. But first, let's take a quick look outside right now in Siouxland. Don't go away. Siouxland in for a change with some rain moving in and definitely cooler temperatures tomorrow.
Yeah, the temperatures are going to be kind of a shock as you wake up. You'll have temperatures in the lower 40s outside tomorrow morning with rain showers and winds gusting up to 30 at times. It is going to feel extremely cold for this time of year tomorrow morning. I think our wind chill values will be in the upper 30s when you factor the winds and the rain and all of that in. Tomorrow will only warm up to around 51 degrees. Again, wind chill values might stay in the upper 40s as we'll have steady rain throughout much of the day tomorrow. I think most of us will see somewhere around a ½ an inch to an inch by the time the system wraps up as we head into Wednesday afternoon.
Still in a drought, so we can use it. Thanks, Marcus, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at 10.